Hi, I'm Grace, I'm 22 and hopefully this video will bring my CV a bit more to life and show my experience and why I think I'd be good at NCS, particularly in the role of a senior mentor. So firstly, I've had a lot of experience with leadership. I was captain of dance troupe, I held a shop on my own when I worked in a shop, and I also was elected charity coordinator at university. So through these roles I've worked with different people, different backgrounds, nationalities, ages and genders, so it's given me a whole wealth of experience in regards to that. Linked obviously to leadership is pastoral care, and that's a really key part of leadership, I think. Being approachable if someone has an issue and someone has a problem, but also perhaps having the skills to spot when someone needs a bit more guidance and needs a bit more help. And I've had to do this in the majority of my roles, particularly as dance captain, and I'd say everyone benefited from it. So I think I have the skills to help with the pastoral care side. I've worked with young people before through being an open day rep and a freshers rep at university. It was really good to be able to kind of see people come in quite nervous, quite worried, and kind of see them relax and see them open up and become much more themselves. And that was a really positive part of that role. Secondly, I've been heavily involved with charity and social action projects, both at school and at university. As I mentioned before, I was part of the charity committee, and I also used my law degree and I worked for the Citizens Advice Bureau pro bono. So charity is something that's really close to my heart. I think not only does the charity benefit from the money you raise, but also the awareness you raise of the charity, and also seeing your contribution, seeing how it can positively affect someone, I think should never be underestimated. And I think that's really something the young people at NCS are going to kind of achieve without really realizing that's what they will do. I've also dealt with various challenging and behaviour and safeguard issues. The challenging behaviour both through babysitting when I was younger, but also at the Citizens Advice Bureau, as I mentioned, dealing with quite a lot of difficult situations, particularly to do with big debts, issues with housing, perhaps they're going to be evicted, and issues with employment. And whilst they are problems for people, difficult problems and scary problems for people to overcome, and things, people become impassioned, and it's important to stay kind of empathetic, but then also just to give them the facts. And that was something that I definitely developed at the CAB, and at points I had to tell people not to talk to me in such a disrespectful way, and that was something quite hard sometimes to stand up to people, but it's important you do it. As I said, the safeguarding as well. This mainly came up to do with issues with family law and that sort of thing. There was one particular time when it was a safeguarding issue, and kind of, although the CAB is a confidential service, we're bound by the law. If something's against the law, or it's at risk of seriously harming others, then we do have to kind of pass that information on. So I obviously involved my supervisor at this point, which I would do at the NCS if anything like that was raised. But I felt confident that we were doing the right thing at that point. So hopefully that explains my CV a little bit more and why I think I'm good for the role. And now I'm just going to explain a little bit why I want to do the role. I'm full of enthusiasm, I'm energetic, and I'm a self-starter. And this has been really key throughout my previous jobs, but also I think particularly important in this role, as people lead by example, and you need to show that enthusiasm. Even I've never kayaked before, I'm not sure I'll be any good at it, but I will jump in, and I think that's inspiring to see someone who's like, I don't know what I'm doing, but I'm going to give it a go, and that's a really important thing as well. Also, they're kind of 15, 16, 17, and at that point for me, I was, you're making quite a lot of big life choices. Are you going to go to university? What are you going to study? Are you going to move away from home? You're going to deal with money and budgeting and doing your washing. And I had quite a few people who became, role models for me. They helped me kind of see that I wanted to study law and that sort of thing. And there's something that people I really respected, and I really appreciated that they gave me that time and that kind of advice. And that's definitely part of the role that I'd like to take. as being a senior mentor. I think you naturally do become a role model, and being a really positive one is quite an important aspect for me. And finally, NCS is all about being unstoppable, getting the most out of the experience, and I think I'm in a good position to encourage people to do that. I'm not a natural athlete, but I give things a go, and I think that shows you don't know what you're capable of or what your skills might be until you give something a go. Additionally, I think the unstoppable part also would apply to me as a mentor. You know, kind of unstoppable in the effects you can give on people, and that's a very positive thing I hope to do. So that's a bit more about me, and hopefully brings my CV a bit more to life. And I look forward to hearing from you.